About a quarter of the students in the San Diego Unified School District are white, but 2/3 of the teachers and counselors in the district are white. Here with more on the impact of the diversity gap and district plans to close it are Joe Johnson, Dean of San Diego State University's College of Education, and San Diego Unified School District Superintendent Cindy Martin. Welcome.
Thank you.
Cindy, you recently took a closer look at this diversity issue in the district's workforce. What did you find?
We looked at the difference between the student population and the workforce, and what we saw, the biggest gap is actually in the Latino population, where we have 46% of our students Latino and only 27% of the teaching workforce. A smaller gap in the Asian population, 14% of our Asian students, 7% Asian staff. African American population was about 10% students, 9% staff, but we saw a great gap in the Latino population.
And did this surprise you? You knew something was going on because you took a little closer look at it.
Well, and when I took a closer look at it, what I just said to you were the numbers, the traditional breakdown of diverse groups, but we actually expanded the definition to diversity and of diversity to go beyond just these traditional breakdowns. So I wasn't that surprised by these numbers because this is what you can see, but there's more to it than just this. And that's our board's resolution, and my commitment to diversity goes way beyond what you can see and what you can record in these numbers. To expand the definition of diversity means bringing in a workforce that's culturally proficient.
And let's talk about diversity and the impact on students. Joe, what does the research say about student-teacher diversity gaps and as far as learning and achievements? Does it impact them?
It does. We know, for instance, that the content knowledge of teachers is important, but we also know how important it is for teachers to be able to deliver that content to their students. And so there's an old saying that says, before I care about how much you know, I want to know how much you care.
Right.
And so when teachers have that cultural proficiency, when they are able to relate to the students, when the students feel like this teacher knows me and cares about me, there's a greater likelihood that that delivery of knowledge is going to be powerful.
If you could tell us a few of the top reasons why you think a diversity gap exists. Is it we're not there's not a good pool to pull from because there's less people going into the teaching profession? Is it people retiring? What do you think it might be?
Well, the teaching workforce that we have today includes a large percentage of educators who've been in the profession for a large number of years, and so those teachers were recruited from a different San Diego with different demographics, and so it's only logical that then there would be this gap, because the children in San Diego today reflect a very different demographic.
So that's one reason. What do you think are maybe some of the contributing factors as to this gap?
Well, there's decisions that people make about their career, and they decide whether they want to become a teacher or a doctor, a nurse, or a firefighter, and the decisions that you make are based on a context 30 years ago. And the workforce that we have right now, we have nearly 2,000 educators eligible for retirement out of 7,000. 30 years ago, when these educators started teaching, there was a different feel about who is a teacher, who decides to become a teacher. I'm here to promote teaching as a very, very important profession for our nation, and that we're asking people to enter the teaching profession because students are counting on them.
Let me ask you this. So what are you doing in the district to try to address this gap? I know you can't have preferential treatment and hiring somebody based on gender or their race. So what can you do, and how are you addressing it?
Well, we're making a value statement by saying this is the type of workforce we're looking for. What type of workforce does the country demand? When you're looking for an education system that can graduate somebody workforce ready, you're looking to recruit people into the profession that gets students ready to be workforce ready. So the types of educators that we're wanting to attract into the system, you said we can't have quotas, but you can have goals. And our goals are to recruit a diverse workforce so that our students have in front of them educators that have lots of different backgrounds and experiences to create a culturally proficient workforce.
All right, we are out of time. School Superintendent Cindy Martin and Joe Johnson, thank you so much.
My pleasure.